The 2022 Pininfarina NamX HUV new hydrogen-powered SUV is coming soon. In today's video we are going to discuss about the new 2022 Pininfarina NamX HUV new hydrogen-powered SUV is coming soon, in depth, from interior to exterior, and every minute detail of every feature. So without any further ado, let's just dive into it. Global icon of Italian style, Pininfarina, and an Afro-European company called NamX has teamed up to develop the world's first hydrogen-powered SUV, called the HUV. The HUV will feature a patented removable hydrogen tank system, which NamX is going to manufacture on a large-scale basis. The main objective of the HUV is to offer new ways to provide hydrogen to end customers and the flexibility to recharge. This one, penned by Pininfarina, is called the NamX HUV concept. Fitting its power plant, NamX says the HUV is a hydrogen-powered, fuel cell SUV. If that sounds familiar, it's because BMW is working on a similar power plant for the X5. Regardless, the HUV has also got quite the party trick. But more on that later. For now, let's talk about what Pininfarina is known for: design. Hot swappable hydrogen is the future, and the future is apparently now with Pininfarina. You'd be forgiven for having not heard of NamX. It's an industrial and technological venture that aims to reconcile human mobility and environmental preservation on a large scale thanks to green hydrogen. Basically, they make hydrogen stuff for cars and other mobility solutions. But, you've probably heard of Pininfarina. The legendary Italian design house is responsible for some of history's most iconic cars, including the Ferrari F40 and Enzo. The HUV's real party trick comes deeper down in the bowels of the vehicle, where fuel storage is concerned. NamX's patented technology combines a fixed hydrogen tank and 6 additional removable capsules to be used as secondary tanks. The startup promises that this will give the vehicle a range of up to 497 miles, 800 kilometers. It also intends to create a distribution network for its removable capsules. These tanks were a primary concern for Pininfarina, which had to first ensure that their use was integrated into the design of the vehicle. Beyond that, though, Pininfarina reveals that it worked with NamX to ensure that the HUV is a next-generation vehicle that does not lose touch with the past. Fascinated by science fiction, NamX co-founder, Thomas de Lussac chose to give the vehicle shape the cutting edge of the coming era, the company writes in a release. His taste for the American design of the 50s and 60s, his predilection for muscle car, inspired him to create a car that goes against the current, smooth, conventional design of electric cars. Along with the help of Pininfarina, the automotive startup is being run by a group of automotive industry veterans with experience at companies like Matra, Renault, and more. Development of the HUV is set to begin in 2023, and the HUV will make its physical debut at the Paris Auto Show this fall. This concept makes sense for Pininfarina. Some of you may remember the brand's first hydrogen effort, back in 2008, the Sintesi. Then there was the H2 Speed in 2019. As for the current model, the two brands call it a futuristic fusion of muscular main volumes, aggressive graphics, and a touch of retro. If you're asking, we see some BMW X6 in the rear haunches, and the grille is certainly in the vein of vehicles like the Genesis GV60. There's also a touch of Urus in the profile, and the flat hood recalls early muscle cars. Typical of Pininfarina, it's a very clean design, free of fuss. Design aside, the specs should help sell the car a bit more. Things kick off with an entry-level, RWD model, which will make 300 horsepower, run to 60 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds, and hit 124 miles per hour. A performance-leaning GTH version will also be available with 550 horsepower and a regulated top speed of 155 miles per hour while knocking 2 seconds of the base car's 0 to 60 miles per hour time. NamX says the HUV will debut in Q4 2025 and will be priced between $68,300 and $99,902. It'll also be viewable to the public at the 2022 Paris Motor Show. But the news here isn't the design, despite the Pininfarina association. Instead, it's the hydrogen power plant. It'll feature hot swappable hydrogen cells, like the ones above, that can be used to refuel the car. Theoretically, this should allow owners to sidestep traditional hydrogen problems, like long fueling times and poor infrastructure. If you need to go for a drive, simply fill a few tanks in advance. You probably won't need to, as NamX and Pininfarina say these cells should take you around 497 miles per, which is just about on par with some of the most long-legged EVs of today. Beyond that, powertrain details are under wraps for now. We expect we'll learn more when the Paris Motor Show rolls around. It's important to note this will be a mass-market SUV, and not one of the countless limited-run cars we usually see Pininfarina producing. If it can work, this should help bring hydrogen into the limelight, especially with those hot-swapping cells. The NamX HUV comes across as a cleaner alternative, since more than 1.5 billion private vehicles set to be replaced by 2050, under the RePower EU initiative to decarbonize mobility in Europe. The company will also provide customers home deliveries of removable hydrogen tanks and change them in seconds. This makes the HUV the first product of this unique approach. This will not be the first time that the brand Pininfarina has been associated with hydrogen fuel cars. The brand had unveiled its first hydrogen fuel concept car in 2008, called the Sintesi, at the Geneva Motor Show. In 2016, it also presented its version of a high-performance track car based on hydrogen fuel cell technology called the H2 Speed. And in 2019, Grove Hydrogen Automotive Company announced their cooperation with the Italian brand at the Shanghai Motor Show. Pininfarina is also entrusted to design a range of hydrogen fuel-based trucks by Gaussen Group. It will be marketed in two different versions, an entry-level rear-wheel drive version with 300 horsepower for a regulated top speed of 200 km per hour and acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour in 6.5 seconds, a four-wheel drive GTH version with 550 horsepower for a regulated top speed of 250 km per hour and acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.5 seconds. The HUV will be marketed from the Q4 2025 with a price range of between €65,000 and €95,000 depending on the options selected. The NamX management team and board members have developed an in-depth relationship with several industrial and technological partners that will allow the HUV to enter the development phase in 2023. Thanks to its African-European integration, the NamX project is considering the option of implanting its production plant in regions where the manufacturing ecosystem excellence and the environmental commitment to green hydrogen are both clearly stated. Pininfarina and NamX redefined a completely new creative approach while designing together the HUV. This is a next-generation car. A futuristic fusion of muscular main volumes, aggressive graphics, and a touch of retro around the lamp elements. Viewed from any angle, this car is unmistakably a NamX. A new design language and identity has been created for NamX, not just to celebrate a new brand, but really give an all-new meaning to the innovative hydrogen concept never seen before. Stylistically speaking, the HUV consciously adopts a contrasting image as compared to the current green design approach of our time. Augmented reality working sessions substituted the need for milling polystyrene foam models to carry out volumetric checks. This allowed the designers to explore multiple variations simultaneously, update volumes in real time, and thus save precious time from one mill to another. Pininfarina's senior management carried out traditional tape drawing sessions directly in Alias. This is something unheard of for senior management in the automotive design industry and directly permitted control of curves in space, rather than conventionally sliding tapes on existing surfaces. Global icon of Italian style, Pininfarina is recognized for its unparalleled ability to create timeless beauty through its values of elegance, purity, and innovation. Founded in 1930, Pininfarina has evolved from an artisan concern to an international service group, supreme expression of automotive styling and an established reality in industrial and experience design, architecture, nautical and mobility beyond automotive. A group employing 500 people, offices in Italy, Germany, China, and the United States, and listed on the stock exchange since 1986. Over the course of 9 decades, Pininfarina has designed more than 1,200 vehicles and more than 600 projects in different areas, receiving numerous international awards. And this was all about the new 2022 Pininfarina NamX HUV. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to latest luxury cars channel. Do press the bell icon for more exciting videos like this.